morning, students. Now I'm going to take a new topic, that is elements of an electronic communication system, right? Electronic communication system. Okay. In last class we discussed modulation and types of modulation. Okay. But today a new topic. Okay. So electronics plays a major role in communication, right? So without electronic instruments we can't survive in nowadays. Okay, see, the electronic communication is nothing but transmission of sound, text, pictures, video and etc. Yes, that is electronic communication. So these are the what forms of communication. Okay, these are the forms of communication. Yes, see the slide. How does the electronic media exist? And today in many forms, the forms are what are the forms? Radio, television, videotape, audio tape, telephone, telegraph, computer file, etc. So these are the forms of what? Electronic communication. Yes. What is electronic communication? So electronic communication consists of three basic components. The components are transmitter, and the next one is channel, that is medium, and third one is receiver. So these are the important components in electronic communications, right? What are the components? Transmitter, and channel, that is medium, and finally receiver. These are the important components, three components, right? Okay, yes. The messages are converted to electric signal and sent over electrical or fiber optic cable or free space to a receiver. Okay, that is electronic communication. Clear? Okay, now advantages of electronic communication. Yes, why we are used electronic communication? Because of what? Speedy transmission and wide coverage. Speedy transmission and wide coverage. So what is speedy transmission? It requires only few seconds to communicate through electronic media because it supports quick transmission. It's transmission, quick transmission. Okay, and next, wide coverage. World has become a global village, and communication around the globe requires a second only. Yes, so the electronic communication covers wide range. Okay, that's why we used all the communication through this electronic equipments. Yes, now types of electronic communication. Types of electronic communication. See the types. The first one is email and cell phones, blogs, broadcast, teleconferencing, Skype, chat rooms, social networks, and situation quiz. Right? So these are the what? Types of electronic communication. Okay. Yes. What is a communication system and its elements are basically, I already said now there are three components. This is the three components. What is the components? Yes, transmitter, channel and receiver. Yes, so in between the channel and the receiver, one elements will present, that is noise. The noise will be classified into two types. One is internal noise, another one is external noise from outside. Okay, so this is the components, simple components in communication system. Okay, yes. See, this is another block diagram for communication system. See, inputs message, that is input signal, maybe sounds, maybe voices, text, pictures, whatever. Okay, so this is input signal to the input transducer, fed into the input transducer. This transducer gives the output to the transmitter. The transmitter transmit the signals through channel to the what? Receiver. The receiver receive the signals and fed into the output transducer. The output transducer gives the output. Yes, this is simple communication system, right? Yes. Elements in communication system. What are the elements exactly present in communication system? The first one is information, and the second one is input transducer, and the third one is transmitter. Okay, inside the transmitter there are three components present. That components is amplifier, modulator, power amplifier. Okay, so inside the transmitter these three components present. Okay, now shall we go to the next element in communication? Yes, the next is transmitting antenna and communication channel, noise, receiver, repeaters, output transducer, attenuation, range. So totally 11 elements present in electronic communication system. How many elements? 11 elements. Okay, so this is picture in our book is divided into two stage. One stage is transmission stage and second stage is reception stage. Okay, let's start from transmission stage. I'm going to start from this side. Input transducer. Input transducer is nothing but what? Input device. Through the input device only we will give what? Input. That signals are fed into the amplifier. The amplifier amplify that signals and gives the output. That output signals are fed into the modulator, right? At the same time oscillator gives the high frequency signal. That signals are fed into the modulator. So modulator, inside the modulator modulation process takes place. That is amplified signal and high frequency signals are both are modified and gives the output. That signals are amplified by the power amplifier and that signals fed to the antenna. The antenna transmit the signals to the space. Okay, this is transmission side. Now at the same time come to the receiving side. This is antenna. This antenna receive the signals from the space and that signals are received by the radio receiver and that signals are fed to the demodulator. Demodulator separate the signals. One is baseband signal and another one is carrier wave signals. That baseband signals are amplified by the amplifier and that signals are fed into the output devices, that is output transducer, and gives the output. Yes, this is the transmission and what? Reception. Okay. Yes, now start from first element. First one is what? Information. Information may take many form, that is computer data, image, voice, music and video. Yes, and information can be either analog or digital. Yes, analog information can also be digitized. Okay, and information is defined as the amount of surprise at the receiver. This is what? Information, right? Next element is transmitter. Transmitter is nothing but to process the information and put into a form suitable for transmission. Yes, and this typically means transforming into an electromagnetic signal, and it can be either baseband or band pass, right? Yes, next component is transducer. The transducers are classified into two types. One is input transducer, another one is output transducer, right? That is input device and output device. A transducer, it is a device that convert one type of energy to another, right? The input transducer is called as sensor. They called sensors, right? And the output transducer is called as actuator. Yes, actuator, right? This is what transducer. Next component is transmitter. What is transmitter? Transmitter, it is a device that associated with the sensor and converts the sensor output into a standardized transmission signal. Which signal? Transmitter signal. Okay, the transmitter and transducer usually incorporates with various signal conditioning and processing circuit for filtering, amplification, scaling, and the linearization, isolation, and etc. for the of the sensor signal. This is what transmitter, right? Next, again, yes, transmitter, information message passed in transducer, input transducer, fed in the signal to the transmitter. Transmitter transmit the signals through channel, right? So it takes the information to be communicated in electrical form and convert it into an electronic signal. Yes, compatible with the communication medium. Which medium? Communication medium, right? Yes, see this amplifier. The next component is what? Amplifier. See the amplifier. The amplifier amplify the weak signal. See, this is the signal, weak signal. Okay, so this weak signal amplified by the amplifier and gives the output. See, the amplitude are both different. Yes, this is weak signal and this is what? Yes, amplified signal. See that strength, the amplitude is very high. The amplifier amplify the weak signal and gives the output. Okay. Yes, amplifiers. What is amplifiers? Literally, amplifiers means an increaser. In broad term, an amplifier, it is a device that enable an input signal to control an output signal. So that is the simple meaning for amplifiers. Amplifier, it is a device that enables an input signal to control an output signal. Or yes, other term, amplifier is an electronic device that gives an output signal of having the same characteristics and yes, morphology of the input signal. Output will generally be larger than the input signal on the basis of voltage or current or power. Okay. Yes, the next component is modulator. Modulator is device that performs modulation. So inside the modulator, modulation process takes place. Yes, the aim for analog modulation is to transfer analog baseband signal, for example audio signal or TV signal, right? For the yes, limited radio frequency. For the what? Limited radio frequency. Next component is power amplifier. The power amplifier is an electronic amplifier designed to increase the magnitude of the power of the given input signal. Yes, which signal? Given input signal. In for amplifier, normal amplifier amplify the signal. That signal again fed into the power amplifier. Suppose the amplified signals are yes very weak, then the signals are amplified by this power amplifier. The power amplifier just gives the power to the signal. Yes, that's why power amplifier, right? Okay, the power of the input signal is increased to a level high enough to drive loads of output devices like speakers, headphones, and radio frequency transmitters and etc. Okay, and even the microphone is used as an input device. Okay. Yes, for your understanding purpose, elements. See, this is microphone. The microphone convert which signal? Voices into electric signal. That signals are amplified by the pre-amplifiers. That signal fed into the voltage amplifier. That voltage amplifier amplifies the signal and gives the output. That output is fed into the controls, and that signal is finally amplified by the which one? Power amplifier. That amplifier gives the output to loudspeakers. So loudspeaker gives the output, exact output. Okay, power amplifier. Next component is transmitting antenna. So antenna is very important components, equipments in communication. So without antenna, we can't transmit the signals to the receiver. So antenna is very important thing. Transmitter of antenna. So it is a device convert light, sound or electrical signals or other than what? Electric signals. Okay. Antenna is a device that serve as a interface between the electric circuit and space, and it is designed to transmit and receive the electromagnetic waves. Which waves? Electromagnetic waves. So antenna act as a both transmitter and receiver. During the transmissions time, it is act as a transmitter, and during the receiving side, it is act as a receiver. Okay, basic transmitter and receiver. Okay, next, each antenna is designed to transmit and to receive the signals with a certain frequency range according to its size and form. Okay. Types of communication channels. The next component is communication channel. The communication channel is classified into two types, that is guided and is unguided. That means wired and wireless. And wired is again classified into three types. One is twisted pair wire and coaxial cable wires and optical fiber is wires. Okay, if you go to this side, that is wireless side, terrestrial microwave, satellite microwave, in broadcast radio, that is broadcast station. This is what? Communication channel, right? What is communication channel? A path through which information is transmitted from one place to another is known as communication channel or communication medium, right? Yes. Now, so this is block diagram of a radio communication system. See this? The transmitter transmit the signal to the antenna. The antenna transmit the signals to the receiver through this space. And other side, another antenna act as a receiver. That time receive the signals and send to the proper receiver. Okay. The next component is noise. I already said noise will be classified into what? Two types. One is external noise, another one is what? Internal noise. What is noise? The unwanted signal is called as what? Noise. Noise is a random signal that exists in a communication system. The random signal cannot be represented with the simple equations. Okay, the extensions of noise will degrade this level of quality of the received signal at the receiver. So noise definitely takes place during the communication. Okay. Next component is receiver. Okay, receiver it is a device to extract the desired signal from the output channel and to convert it to a form suitable for the output transducer. Examples: demodulation and decoding. Receiver receive the signal and just converting the proper signal. Other functions performed: amplification and filtering. This is about receiver. The next component is output transducer. Output what? Transducer, that is output device. That device convert the electric signal and its input into a form decided by a system we used. Examples: loudspeakers and PCs and tape recorders. These are the output transducers, that is output devices. Okay, and this is yes, another diagram for your yes understanding purpose. Yes, this is a diagram for transmitter circuit, and this is for what, receiver circuit. Yes, this is the transmitter circuit and this is what, receiver circuit. So this is one transistor is there, coil is there, backside diode will be there. Here also see that one resistor and IC, here also IC, coil, small coil, it is act as a inductor, and this is what this is also transistor and this is also ICs. Okay, this is the picture of what, transmitter and receiver. Next element is attenuation. So attenuation is the loss of signal strength in networking cables or connections, right? This typically is measured in decibels or voltages and can occur due to a variety of factors. It may cause signals to become distorted or indiscernible. Okay, attenuation is nothing but loss of signal strength in networking cables or connections. It will be measured in only in decibels. Next, a range. Yes, the range is very important. Yes, we can't send signals to too much of range. Okay, now the range of electromagnetic waves. See this side, very low frequency, medium frequency, and very high frequency, ultra high frequency, super high frequency, extremely high frequency. So this is the short form. VLF means very low frequency. Yes, here the range. Yes, see that VLF, very low frequency range, start from 3 kilohertz to 30 kilohertz, and low frequency range 30 kilohertz to 300 kilohertz, and medium frequency range 300 kilohertz to 3 megahertz, and high frequency range is 3 megahertz to 30 megahertz, and very high frequency range 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz, and ultra high frequency range, it start from 300 megahertz to 3000 megahertz, and super high frequency range start from 300 megahertz to 30,000 megahertz, that means 3 gigahertz to 30 gigahertz. And the last one is extremely high frequency, EHF, 30 gigahertz to 300 gigahertz. This is the range of the what, signals. This is the range of what, signals. Okay, these signals are used in what, communication system. Yes, satellite communication and what, radio communication, TV communication, whatever, we are all using yes this range. Okay, so based on the yes communication devices. Okay students, today class is over. Okay students, thank you students, we'll see on next video. Thank you.